Hey, good morning, Fireside. It is a snowy Sunday morning, so unfortunately we are not able to gather. But if you're listening on YouTube or on podcasts, I'm so thankful. And I just want a few minutes of your time to kind of kick off our sermon series. But if you're on YouTube especially, you can check out our exciting news. We have some new space. So as of Friday, January 5th, we just signed a lease for all non-Sunday gatherings at Fireside. So we will still be at Salisbury Elementary School Sunday mornings. Fortunately, we are too big to, at this moment, rent a space that could house all of us. But we have a lot of things like youth group and mom's group and so many other cool things that we have on our agenda, so we needed a space. So we are at 77 Elm Street, and so we're gonna go up these stairs, and I'm just gonna show you this space real quick. So we're gonna go in here. It used to be a pet kind of marketing place, and so you come in here, and voila, here we are. We have a gorgeous kitchen that we're gonna stock with awesome coffee, maybe lattes and whatnot. So that's there. And then we have this open space right here. It's so cool. This is very Fireside. And right here we have a glass office that we are thinking about creating kind of a kids nook play area. And so this will be a place for moms to come and they could sit out here. Imagine a little seating area right here. Their kids would have a really cool play area. Similar to like Chick-fil-A or McDonald's. We have a team in place that is designing and organizing things. So talk with that team. If you have things or suggestions, you can contact one of us and we'll send them right to this team. And then this area right here will be kind of an area for where youth group will have worship as well as small gatherings. And then you come this way and we have this side room. And this side room is gonna be kind of the comfy, kind of lounge-ish room. And we're gonna have couches here and thinking a library and a desk. And so this space is gonna have so many uses. We're so excited that God has provided the space for us. Be on the lookout for things. So this is the Fireside Lodge. All right, let's get to the message. Hey, Fireside, I am speaking to you from the Fireside Lodge, our new space. It's been over 5 years since we've been traveling to different locations. Our youth group has been in a garage, has been in a church, has been in an old mill building, and now we have our own space. And we're gonna have sessions here, youth group here, mom's group here, and so many other amazing things. I'm so excited. It is about time, but God's timing is perfect. So here we are. And it is a snowy Sunday morning, so we do not have a gathering right now. So if you're listening on YouTube on Sunday morning or on a podcast later, I'm so glad you are, because I didn't want to skip this Sunday's message because I really wanted to introduce this new topic, this new series that we're going to talk about in the month of January. And this is what the title is. The title is It Makes No Sense. And the reason why we're saying it makes no sense is that there are things that Jesus is calling us to do that just doesn't seem to make any sense. How can I give when I have nothing to give? How can I be quiet when the world is so loud? How can I give more time when I have no time? How can I do this or do that? It doesn't make any sense. And today's passage is John chapter 10, verses 7 through 10. I want to read this, all right? John 10. It says, "Therefore, Jesus said again, very truly I tell you, I am the gate for the sheep." So we're the sheep, and he says, I'm the gate for the sheep. "All who have come before me are thieves and robbers, but the sheep have not listened to them. I am the gate. Whoever enters through me will be saved. They will come in and go out and find pasture. The thief comes only to steal and kill and destroy." And here's a key verse right here. "I, Jesus, has come that we may have life and have it to the full. Now, when we read that, you may be thinking, my life is very full right now, meaning I'm living a very busy life. And this isn't what Jesus is saying. He's saying, I want to give you life to the full. You know, when you see someone, you say, man, that person is just full of life, full of joy, full of purpose. And that's what Jesus is talking about. And the reality is we all live full lives. You know, how many times have you asked someone, how you doing? And they say, I'm busy. I'm just busy. I got this going on, that going on, whether it's sports or family or school or kids or parenting or housework, and the list goes on and on. I'm busy. My life is completely full. I have no capacity for anything else. And when we listen to Jesus, he said, I want to give you life to the full. And the other night, Kate and I said, hey, you know what? Let's watch a movie. Holidays are busy. Let's sit down and let's watch the new Indiana Jones movie. Just came out on Disney Plus, so it was free for us, though we pay a subscription. And it is a 2-hour and some change movie. It took us about 8 hours to watch it. We couldn't even watch a movie. You know, so we said, hey, you know, let's put our kids down and settle them in downstairs in the playroom. They come up, I want a snack, we put them down. They came up, I'm fighting, we put them down. Then Kate and I said, hey, maybe we put them to bed. So we put them to bed, they came out of bed, we put them to bed, they came out of bed, we put them in bed, they came out of bed. And then finally we sat down around 9:30 to finish the movie. The movie ends around 10:30, I look over and Kate's asleep. Crazy, busy life. And when we listen to Jesus and he says, I've come to give you life to the full, and he gives us these directions, we think there's just no way I have the capacity to do that. It makes no sense. And I'm with you. But as we're going to learn in the month of January, if you don't listen to Jesus, you're listening to something or someone else, and that leads to death. I know that sounds harsh, but could be a short-term, thing that we do. Hey, if I just do this, if I have enough money, it will lead to death. I read a story about a guy who said, you know what, when I go to school, I'll start living. And then he said, well, when I have a family, I'll start living. When I get a job, I'll start living. When my kids get older, I'll start living. When I retire, I'll start living. And then he died and he never lived. And I think so many times we are living for the next stage when God's saying, I want you to live in the present. And a lot of you are right now living a full life, but feeling empty. Meaning I'm doing a lot, but I'm feeling like I have no purpose. I have no joy. And this is what Jesus is talking about. He says, I am the gatekeeper. If you listen to me, and he's given us this book that we're going to look into the next couple of weeks. We're going to look into really every week. But this book is a playbook, not a rule book. I think so many times when they think of Christianity or religion, we think it's a bunch of rules. Here's what you cannot do. And that's just not the reality of what the Bible is. Say, I coach basketball and soccer. I've coached at the high school level, and now I'm coaching my 10-year-old, and it's awesome. And here's what I love, is that when I teach them, I am coaching them of how to play the sport. Showing them plays, techniques. This is how you can be a better basketball or soccer player. This is how you kick, how you dribble. Here are some plays. I rarely teach them the rules. I only teach them the rules when it affects the play. See, the main point of my coaching is for them to succeed and be the best player that they can be, to be the best team that they can be, to ultimately win the game. And this is the same thing that Jesus is asking for us to do. He's like, I am teaching you how to play this game called life. It is, I want you to succeed in who I've created you to be. I want you to be full of life, full of purpose, full of joy, regardless of your circumstance. And yes, there may be rules that I may teach you, but the rules are in place for you to be better at playing the game of life. And so we're going to look at that. What does that mean? And we're going to hopefully reorient our perspective of life. So I am so excited about this. Because I do believe that when we listen to the Good Shepherd, when we listen to Jesus, it may not make sense at first, but I will tell you, if you don't, it will lead to death. It will lead to destruction. I've been a pastor for longer than I can believe, to be honest with you, and I will talk with people who are just living a life that is just running on empty, even though their life is busy. And when you look at their life, they are not listening to Jesus. They're not following Jesus. They may have heard it, but they're not putting what they heard into action. And I'm calling our church to action. Would you not just listen, but would you follow? And I believe by doing so, you will have life to the full, even though your life may seem full. Lord, I pray for this series. I pray for this church. I pray for this space that I'm in right now, Lord. You would bless it. Would your spirit just fill it? That you would, when anyone would walk in, they would just feel your presence, Lord. And that this would be an instrument, a vessel for us to grow and for others to know you, Jesus Christ. And Lord, in a world that's so busy, Lord, would we just not be distracted by the busy, the complexity, but would we be focused on your voice, and would we follow you, Jesus? In your name we pray, amen. God bless, and we will see you either in this space or at Salisbury Elementary School next week. Have a good one.
Jesus, what would you do if you were me? What would be your priorities? I wanna know. Teach me how to live like you. Jesus, what do you think of my day today? What are the things that you would change? I wanna know. Show me how to live like you. I'm convinced that my truth just won't do. I'm a dying bridge without you. Your ways are higher than my own. I wanna know them better. Your ways are higher than my own. I wanna follow better. Jesus, I wanna sit here at your feet. Show me how to never leave. I don't wanna go. Teach me how to bring you in to everything. Your ways are higher than my own. I wanna know them better. Your ways are higher than my own. I wanna follow better. I'm convinced that my truth just won't do. I'm a dying branch without you. convinced that my truth just won't do. I'm a dying bridge without you. I'm completely lost without you. I'm completely lost without you. Your ways are higher. Your ways are higher. You're so much better. Your ways are higher than my own. I wanna know